एलन मस्क बने ट्विटरका नयाँ मालिक। लगभग 44 बिलियन अमेरिकी डलरमा मार्क्सले ट्विटरलाई आफ्नो बनाए। मार्क्सले व्यक्तिगत रूपमा ट्विटरलाई किन्न पहिलादेखि थिए प्रयासरत। सम्बन्धित व्यक्तिहरूसित पनि उनले गरिरहेका थिए कुराकानी। सोमबार अबेर रातिसम्म चलेको बोर्डको बैठकमा यो सौदा हुन पुग्यो।
Elon Musk to acquire Twitter. It will become a private company. It's going to be Twitter's to be acquired by an entity wholly owned by Elon Musk for $54.24. And 20 cents per share in cash. An evaluation valued at approximately $44 billion. This is the amount that was originally proposed by Musk. So worth noting that as he had originally said, he was not open to negotiation there. I'm going to continue to dig into this. Oh, here we have more here. So just for a little bit more here, they say that Twitter stockholders will receive that $54.20 in cash for each share of common stock, and that represents a 38% premium to Twitter's closing price on April 1st. That was the last trading day before Musk disclosed his 9% stake in the company. There's a statement here from Brett Taylor, who's Twitter's independent board chair, and this is it. He says, quote, "The Twitter board conducted a thoughtful and comprehensive process to assess Elon's proposal with a deliberate focus on value, certainty, and financing. The proposed transaction will deliver a substantial cash premium, and we believe it is the best path forward for Twitter's stockholders." Then Parag Agrawal, who is Twitter's CEO, who is not very well known by the investment community, has not done an interview with us here on CNBC. He says, quote, "Twitter has a purpose and relevance that impacts the entire world, deeply proud of our teams, etc." And then I just want to here mention what Musk says in this press release, and this goes back to why he wanted to buy Twitter. He says, quote, "Free speech is the bedrock of a functioning democracy, and Twitter is the digital town square where matters vital to the future of humanity are debated." He says, I want to make Twitter better than ever by enhancing the product with new features, making the algorithms open source to increase trust, defeating the spam bots, and authenticating all humans. He says, Twitter has tremendous potential. I look forward to working with the company and the community of users to unlock it. So here it is, the news that we've been anticipating all day today. And I would say, guys, many people were very surprised that this would happen as quickly as it did. No other buyers came in, and the board accepted Elon Musk's offer at that original offer price.
Julia, thanks a lot for getting us all of those details on this big takeover. So that is the latest on Elon Musk taking over Twitter. In fact, we spoke to a whole host of tech analysts on what they make of the acquisition. So let's listen into them.
Clearly, none of us thought they would accept this, number one, at that number, which is kind of a sad day for corporate boards that they'd have to go with that number. Number two, obviously, stock's a lot lower relative to where it was at historically. I mean, I think the board gave up. I mean, honestly, this tells you how bad this is, really, in my perspective. And they had no out. You know, they knew they could have probably fundamentally turned this around, and maybe it would have taken a couple of years to get turned around. But I think here's the good news now, right? Musk knows usability. He understands that. Yeah. And I've said this many times, like, he is going to fix this, and how severe it gets in terms of what he does is now the next question.
The poison pill gave him time. No PEs looked at this, and that's why ultimately at the altar, they had to come and walk it down with Musk. And I think for shareholders, it's I'll call it a Cinderella ending to what could have been some dark days, especially if this happened on Thursday night. Musk knew in this game of high-stakes poker, he was really the only one that could get this done. They obviously went out and tried to get that white knight. But once he detailed the financing late last week, that's where, in my opinion, the clock struck 12 for the board. They need to come ultimately to a deal with Musk, and obviously that's what we saw today.
All right, that is all of the opinion on Elon Musk taking over Twitter. Remember, this is a deal that went through really quickly. When we first heard about it, it was just a couple of weeks ago, and we've all seen how the events proceeded since then. But that's all of the global market action that we're tracking. How will all of these overnight cues impact our own market? We have our research team joining in with the trade setup and all of the stocks that are likely to be in the news today. Rima, Nupur, and Mangalam all join me now. Hi, guys. A very good morning to all of you. Rima, let me come across to you first. We did see quite a rebound on Wall Street, but take us through everything that we should track in terms of cues for our own market.
Well, it looks like the rebound will extend itself to the Indian markets as well. The SGX Nifty is suggesting that after 2 days of losses, there will be some green to kickstart trade. The US markets, as you pointed out, were up close to about 0.7% on the Dow, and the Nasdaq had gained 1.3%. That said, the street is still watching very closely about what happens with respect to COVID in China, because Beijing has announced mass testing, raising fears of a potential lockdown in Beijing, apart from the lockdown which is already there in Shanghai. So the street fears that at a time when higher interest rates are going to hurt demand, this massive spread of COVID in China is going to further exacerbate the demand slowdown, and that is a bit of a worry, which is why
we aren't going to get rid of all offensive or inflammatory content on the web. Freedom of speech is at the heart of every democratic society. In America, those protections are enshrined in the First Amendment to our Constitution. There's a reason it came first in the Bill of Rights. I'm pretty close to a First Amendment absolutist.
Presenting Panchanai Paramjyoti by Panchanai Group, a home with amenities designed to deliver wonderful experiences for you and your family at an affordable price. Built across 2 bighas, Panchanai Paramjyoti offers choice in the form of 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK. No matter what your family size or your family's needs, there will always be room for happiness. One of the most rewarding experiences is to be able to give our families the life they truly deserve with Paramjyoti. It is precisely this opportunity that we offer you.